time to fight Kafka.
That's right. That's the kind of music this is. Now I'm in my final form. You beat my first 3 boss forms.
But it doesn't
This is
matter
it.
because your party's already buffed and
Now-
you are ready to go.
Now you're fighting me, but I've got angel wings on my back.
Yeah. But I
I'm
love the game
levitating.
too much, and all my characters level 99, and any of them can win alone.
That's right.
The epicness.
Put your materia in the proper slots. There's no turning back now. The final best of 3 for tonight is going on.
Deer being a bit of a wiggle butt right now. He really wants to be able to make it through here. Of
But
course.
what if Bunny's a bit of a shaky puss?
Yeah.
The nerves are on. It's a scary
Nerves are
thing.
on.
And the nerds are on.
Yeah, yeah.
We're going to start this off on the map of Abyssal Reef. Bunny shaking his wrists. Deer going over whatever strats he's got planned here. This is a PvT marathon tonight.
It really is. Every single match.
Deer versus Bunny. Adjust your skinny jeans. This game is going on. Fight!
You could tell them that you tried, but there ain't no going back. They'll never catch me.
Our final best of 3 in the upper left, in the blue. He is
Deer.
in the bottom right. Oh, sorry.
Bunny.
Jeez.
Just came out of nowhere.
Whoa.
Whoa.
That was a sneaky one. I don't know what to do. My timing is all off now.
I know.
It really messed
shaken.
with me.
I'm startled by how fast that Bunny and
Yeah.
name intro came out.
That was like a
That-
proxy introduction on
Yeah.
Proxima. I don't even know where it came from.
It's crazy.
It's out of nowhere. It's like, Bunny!
Yeah.
Jeez. What about Tasteless in the bottom right in the red?
Man, I think Bunny can take the Sartosis. Bunny looks a lot cleaner than Time, and by the way, Time
Yeah.
looked pretty damn good.
Yeah, yeah. Deer, like, he's definitely shown some really good stuff, but it has not been to the level you, like, want to see for round of 16, I guess, is a way to put it. So I'm kind of with you there. I think that Bunny can take this down.
I just realized something, Artosis. Are you ready?
Yeah?
We're finally having a best of 3 where 2 players both have animal names. And these are the 2 most harmless animals you could think of, a deer and a bunny.
Yeah.
This is Bambi. Rated R.
It is, yes, and her best friend, Thumper.
Bambi versus Thumper.
But this is the other type of deer, right? This is like a letter.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
It's not D-E-E-R.
If it was D-E-E-R, that would be like, that would be
That'd
particularly
be
funny.
possibly the worst idea of all time.
Do you think so?
D-E-E-R, yeah. Think of an animal that's worse as an ID. All the other animals are fine. Frog,
Earwig.
penguin. Earwig is an awesome name.
Earwig?
You're playing against a guy named Earwig. That's when they take their headphones off, man. My intrusive thoughts are going through the roof right now.
Yeah. Trying to think of other terrible animal names.
Worm is fine.
Jellyfish.
Giraffe. Jellyfish is absolutely better
What
than
about
the animal
starfish?
deer. Starfish is better, too.
Blue-footed booby.
Much better.
Blue-footed booby. That is a great idea.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I would change my ID to that, but none of
Wombat.
characters.
Wombat's a great ID.
Wombat?
Yeah.
There's actually a player wombat.
Fox.
Fox? No, what?
Fox is a fine ID.
What? That's a melee
Deer,
thing. We
the
don't
animal
want that.
deer. Elk is fine. Elky. Yeah. Good name. Where did Elky get his
How
name?
about water buffalo?
Water Buffalo is a sick name.
It's a good name, water buffalo.
Going up against Water Buffalo, I got to really focus in here.
Yeah.
Nobody talk to me while this
Yeah.
game's on. Okay, so we got the Oracle coming up here.
I like animal names, actually.
Yeah.
I feel like we should just change our names to animal
Yeah.
names. Dung beetle.
Dung Beetle and Pufferfish, the casting Archon.
Yes! Dung beetle and pufferfish! Oh my god, that's so good!
Yeah.
What would our Archon name be? Dungfish?
It's going to be called Puff Dung. Like,
Yeah.
all right. The Adepts are coming up here, and they're getting right on top of these Marines.
Yeah, one-shotting him right now. Fantastic play here
Yeah,
by Deer.
Bunny taking Deer to Target Town.
Oh my gosh.
Look at this.
Deer, though, getting a little bit of damage done. He reduces the Marine count slightly, kills
Bunny's-
a few SCVs.
Yeah, Bunny over here like, what are you doing to have Marines? Why are you doing that? Get out of here. My Marines can shoot air, too.
Yeah. Forcing out that Oracle for the time being. That was worthwhile, I would say, for Deer. If he loses an Oracle, though, that's when it gets really bad.
I think you're absolutely right, Dung Beetle.
All right, Pufferfish.
He's making ravens, Pufferfish. Yeah, what are we doing with these stupid IDs tasting our toasts? We could have done something way cooler.
Literal god Pufferfish. Oh my god. That's so good.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, we really messed up. We really
did
messed
mess
up.
up.
Yeah.
And both the animals. It's like a dung beetle, you can't really be scared, but I guess it's kind of gross, right? Because
Yeah.
it like eats and touches poop, but like pufferfish, at least if you like eat it wrong, like you get poisoned, right?
Yeah. Well, pufferfish, you spend about 30 seconds in the aquarium before you move on to the next
And
fish.
you'd
You're
be
like, huh.
you'd be really famous in Japan.
Absolutely.
Don't they call you like fugu there or something?
Yeah, man.
Remember that episode of The Simpsons with pufferfish in it? Yeah, that's where I got my name from. Like, well, that's a 6-story pufferfish.
Oh, it's so bad. Oh.
Why is your name Pufferfish and your brother is Day9? That's like a way better ID than Pufferfish. Shouldn't he have talked some sense into you? You're the older brother. Aren't you supposed to be the cool one?
Oh, man. That's funny. By the way,
It's like you get really angry and post on the Blizzard forums, you should allow spaces in between the name. Pufferfish isn't one word. It's 2 words.
at least give me an underscore.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 Oracles coming in here. It looks like he might be able to... Oh, hold up. He's going to be able to get these Marines. They're too isolated. Oh, my God. These are so low on HP.
Call me Pufferfish
Call me
on Twitter.
It's a smoking pufferfish instead of a smoking gibbon on my Twitter.
Oh!
Wow.
Oracles kind of look like pufferfishes, but
They do.
both of them get taken down by a single Widowmine hit. That's pretty painful. And now a siege tank push is coming up. He has it tagged for the moment, and he just started the Robo.
Whoa,
so.
that Marine got wrecked. Did you see that? Cartwheeling off the screen.
Jeez.
Okay. We are waiting to see if Terran's going to push out, but this seems to be a theme with today, is the fact that players keep pushing out. Oh, this is why you don't drop when you're up against Phoenix Adept. And you. Everybody's getting
And
picked
you
up
get
today.
lifted, and you get lifted, and the medevac gets away.
Yeah, you don't want to leave your base if you're against this many Phoenixes comboed with Adepts. You need to play the macro game.
And he's still trying to do drop harassment. It's a double-edged sword. Like
A sword.
Yeah, sword. S-W-O-R-D. Sword. But it truly is, because if you get it off, it's like, okay, I guess that did well, but when will you get it off? A lot of the times you won't. He's playing very dangerously right now, Bunny is.
Okay. We have the Phoenixes coming in here. Could end up taking out some SCVs that are just right over here. Again, doing a lot of damage. Really, the amount that the Deer has cleaned up with these Phoenixes, they are paying for themselves in dividends. Oh, wow. Even going to get this medevac. Whoa, he's actually not going to get that medevac, but then he gets that medevac, and then he doesn't.
All right. Phoenix size.
Yeah.
And now the drop's going to finally hit the main base, even though it's been over there for a long time. Where are the Phoenixes? They're on their way back, kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a
Cannon.
Oh, yeah, cannon. I'm like, wow, there's a mine that's in the ground that detects and shoots things. That's crazy.
Okay, he's coming over here. He's actually going to unpower this. Lights out.
A dung beetle pylon going down.
Wow. And with no blink and no way to continue to upgrade, this is definitely very annoying for Deer.
He really needed a pufferfish pylon to back that
Yeah,
one
he
up.
certainly did.
Well, it gets cleaned. Prism over here, ready to do some harassment.
So Blink is finally starting back up. The game goes on, though. Right now, Protoss ahead in supply. Terran really going for the long haul here. We are seeing Immortals get introduced to the Protoss' army.
Yeah, and he's actually going into Templar Archives as opposed to Colossus tech, which I find a little bit interesting. That's definitely not the standard follow-up for Adept-type play. Because, like, if you go Adept Phoenix, Ghosts are already kind of good against that. Well, at least this is one of the reasons why I think that it's not as good of a follow-up. Colossus kind of gives you that steady splash damage follow-up, but not going for that. So it's like a little bit different. We haven't seen any pro Protoss follow Phoenix Adept up with Storm since Katowice, literally.
Yeah.
At least in Korea, we haven't. So it might be something that can actually catch Bunny off guard.
I'm not sure if Terran could push out for a little bit here. I think he needs to build up his bank of Liberators a little bit more, but in that amount of time, Protoss is definitely going to have the answer, which is a lot of Templars with Storm. And we've noticed that a lot of times Terran scrambles so fast to set up liberation zones and tanks that the Storms do premium amounts of damage to them.
Yeah.
He does not have an Observer with his army. I'm really surprised.
No, he doesn't.
He actually got the Immortal before that. I thought, okay. Well, Terran's pushing out now.
Well, if he just pushes this slowly, the Storms are going to have a hard time connecting because Storm range, it's good, but it's not Siege Tank range. So if these are already set up, it becomes quite difficult to actually engage on top of this. And Adepts are a little bit slower at engaging than things like Charge Lots that pair more commonly with Storm.
Oh, great little counter over here. The Adepts doing a lot of damage to these SCVs.
Yeah, that Prism definitely paying off now.
The Adepts shade forward.
Siege Tank push does continue, though. This is making it a little bit harder for him to actually
I'm
get
not quite sure if there's enough Adepts to do damage. This Siege Tank push is definitely a bigger threat than the Adept harass.
Yeah.
That is inevitably going to be cleaned up.
That is a lot of Siege Tanks.
Yeah.
This push is super, super strong. If he does break it without losing everything, though, he'll be in good shape. A lot of money went into these units.
Okay, here we go. Does Deer actually have enough? These Siege Tanks are doing so much damage, and there's still a lot of Marines and Marauders behind. And even if he cleans all these Siege Tanks up, is it actually going to be enough? More Liberators coming in. The Stalker count getting thinned out slightly. But yeah, it looks like Deer does just have enough.
Yeah, he does. Just punching through there. At the end of the day, the Psystorm's doing a reasonable amount. A ton of Gateway units plus those Immortals.
He needs to pick that tank up, and he does just that. The Immortals streaming down here, no medevacs, so these Immortals can one-shot each Marauder. GG.
All right.
Bunny taps out. Deer wins game number 1.
Well played. Not what I was expecting to see with that Storm follow-up. Kind of interesting. And especially how Bunny played that with, like, what was that, 5 or 6 Siege Tanks plus some Liberators. So it was definitely a scary push to go up against. But Deer ends up breaking through. Some good counter-harassment as well. Like those Adepts hitting at his home were definitely part of the reason why the push was broken. He had Siege Tanks, Marauders, all sorts of extra stuff that had to clean up things at home, were late to get up there. Lost a lot of his SCVs as well. Couldn't multitask quite well enough to push as quickly as maybe he wanted to.
Looks like one of our players has requested a small break.
Yes.
And that was Bunny. Totally respect that. He needs to get his head back in the game and figure out what exactly he did wrong back there. But it's the same, as far as I can tell, it's the same theme we've seen a lot in TVP, where the Terrans are pushing out too soon against these Protoss players. They're getting Phoenixes. And I know that, especially a couple months ago, everybody was bitching and moaning on Reddit about how hard Phoenix Adept is. And I understand where people are coming from, but a lot of times people are just flying around the map with 1 or 2 medevacs, and the Phoenixes just kill them. You can't give them those free wins. Yeah. Or you're going to have a squishier army later on in the game.
I mean, you fly out like that medevac drop that went to the left-hand side. He caught everything but the medevac there, right? Yeah. So that's 8 supply. Those are valuable units, and they're free. They're completely free. He's using Phoenix energy. He's just, and then the next drop came in. And actually got a pylon that was a pretty good snipe and stuff, but even that drop didn't really do what he was looking for.
It also seems like Protoss players have gotten pretty smart, where they once they identify that the Terran is respecting the Phoenix Adept, they immediately go into Templars with Psystorm.
Yeah, well, Colossus is going to be more common there that we see. But
do you think it's better to go Colossus than Templars with Psystorm?
Yes, I think for sure it is better.
Okay.
Like, if you identify the Templars with Psystorm, I feel like that's a much easier counter for everything. Like, if you have EMP against Phoenix Adept Psystorm...
That's true.
It gets slaughtered, right? Now, he wasn't really in that type of position. He was so heavy on the mech units, heavy on the Liberators and stuff, so he decided to still push. I don't think that was necessarily wrong. But yeah, the Psystorm going to be much more rare, but you're definitely right. If they're respecting, if they're staying back, turtling, teching up, you need to get into splash damage immediately.
Well, we're going to be going on to Proxima Station. Let's see what happens here. Bunny needs to come back. He's had some great games so far, but now he has to win 2 games in a row. I don't know if he can do it. Deer seems to be adapting. He seems to be adjusting. I don't know, man. It's tough. Anyways, guys, we are now going into game number 2. Only one of these 2 players can move on to the round of 16. Let's get this going. I'm Pufferfish, joined with Dung Beetle. We are the casting 3-toed sloth. Let's do this.
Fight! I'm running for the river. You can ride, you can fly, you can tell them that you tried, but there ain't no going back. They'll never catch me.
All right, in the upper right, in the blue, our Protoss player, he is
Deer.
in the bottom left, in the red, he is
Bunny.
And I have to say, I think that, now that you are Pufferfish and I am Dung Beetle,
yeah.
I think no longer are we a casting Archon. We are a casting Manticore.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that that's more appropriate.
And you are definitely the legs. So
I'm the legs.
Yeah.
I'm the legs and the scorpion tail.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give you the scorpion tail.
You're the wings and the lion head.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so
And then we have robot arms because we're so cool.
that's right. And lasers coming out of our abs.
Yes. Yes.
So, I'm not sure what to expect of this game. I just want to see if Bunny's going to end up overextending. That's been the theme of a lot of the Terran players here today.
Yeah, they've been wanting to attack, and Phoenix Adept, to be fair, was kind of not as popular in the meta for quite some time. And some of these earlier attacks made a lot more sense if you're playing against, like, let's say, if someone's going, like, Charge Phoenix, let's say. That became very popular once the Charge upgrade went down in price. And some of these earlier attacks can be strong against that. You hit, like... Adepts are still useful and can chase things down before Glaives. Whereas Zealots cannot. Zealots are, like, nothing before Charge is done, right? So, I don't know. It feels like these guys may be a little bit rusty against Adept Phoenix in general. But, anyways, it's a different map here. Some of these entrenched pushes that we've seen people trying to use against Deer today can work extremely well on Proxima, better than any other map, because there's only one exit from this third base, and it's very thin.
Okay. For the time being, it's going to be a little bit of a slower game. It is important to note, though, that Protoss did not go for the Stargate, which is kind of the typical PvT build. We, in fact, see a Robo, and I believe the Reaper saw that. He was in range, right? He had to have seen that.
I'm not sure, actually. Yeah, you're probably right.
It always feels like the Adept can get the second shot off when it shades next to the Reaper, but it never happens. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Just like a quarter of a second more time, and it would have actually hit it.
Barely makes it through there. The Adept going to push all the way across the map. More Adepts being made, though. Robo and Twilight. Is this going to be like Blink and... I mean, it could be Glaives, it could be Blink.
Could be.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
We saw the War Prism made often right away, then with 3-gate follow-up.
DT drop?
Oh, maybe. I don't think so. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Okay. DT drop.
Was not expecting this, and the
Yeah.
DTs will be a little bit later.
Now, there is some wiggle room here for Deer because he did win game number 1, so maybe he's getting a bit experimental, seeing if he can throw Bunny off, because I'm pretty sure nobody expected this build.
Yeah, it hasn't been used very much lately. It's definitely gone up and down in popularity. I think we've seen it once in GSL so far this season.
Peekaboo, nerd.
Well, that makes this build a lot less effective.
He's going to have to go for Archon harass now.
Archon drops.
Okay, well, I think even not seeing the cancel, you could expect that it could have been canceled. So
Probably
he switches
are gonna
into a
make
blink
couple
play.
turrets, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just blink play. It's not bad, but it's very much delayed. This is not a very optimal build anymore. And in fact, if Bunny just makes siege tanks like he has been doing very, very often, this is going to become very hard for Deer to win this game, because the reason why like Robo plus Blink went away, this was the standard for PvT for a very, very long time because it shuts down Harass, but Siege Tank pushes completely wreck it.
Ow, 4 probes taken out, and it's not done yet. The Widowmine does burrow, and it's not quite... Okay, he's actually microing this Widowmine really well. He's going to swing back over here while these Marines are still targeting probes. Can he pull the probes in time?
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
no!
Oh my gosh.
12 kills.
You kidding me? That is crazy, 12 kills.
And look, he's going to get away.
Oh.
Man.
This is so bad because Blink Observer specifically, and yeah, he kind of went into it late because he was trying to do DTs, but it's supposed to make it so that you lose like no probes basically because stalkers kill everything that comes over the
hard
medevac.
counters drops.
Yeah.
You can basically always get to the drop, but apparently not this time.
Oh my god, is that going to go off?
Is he going to get them?
Just barely.
Oh, he's going to get it for sure.
Yeah. Well.
Dear. I feel bad for you this game, but Bunny's doing... Okay, now he's going to go back into the DT tech. This is the fuggliest build I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's pretty fugly.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Look at this, like the Forge coming up now. Not sure what that Forge really going to do, but...
He makes 2 cannons at each expansion. I'm like, oh, no. All right, well, the Stalkers could catch the... well, no, they won't. I was going to say they could catch the Viking.
Are these Stalkers catching those medevacs, or are the medevacs catching those Stalkers? Are you kidding me?
I am so surprised that actually didn't unload a little bit faster here.
Yeah.
This has been a bumpy game for both of these guys.
It's definitely down and dirty right now.
Yeah. Now, there is a proxied pylon here in case he wants to try to counterattack. I don't know if there's enough at home to defend against the drop. Oh, even scanning himself, I think he thought there was an observer. Or maybe he killed an observer and we missed it, I'm not sure.
Well, the DT Shrine is about to finish up, and we don't see really the turrets all over the place. The Stalkers are starting to be spread very well. There's no dedicated push coming in against a Blink opening, so that's a good thing for Deer. It just looks like very harassment-based play. No siege tanks made, basically for the first time for Bunny.
Okay. I don't think they can really harm each other any further.
Yeah. Like, maybe the DTs can sneak in and do something.
Maybe. Now, these are DTs that are so late. Wait, is there a turret in the main? I don't think I see one.
No.
Huh. Problem is that, the reason why you don't see DT surprise attacks like this later on is that they have enough orbitals. Ooh. Oh! Woo!
Oh,
nice.
Man.
Deer is making a comeback here.
He really is.
He needs to get that SCV.
Oh, God.
Where's the drop? Where's the drop? Where's the
DTs
drop?
are going to hit everywhere.
Once you drop, the fun don't stop, Artosis. Okay, now, meanwhile, there's another attack coming in over here. I think he might have been spread thin enough with scans, especially if he can dodge one of the scans. But a huge drop happening here in the main, as well as apparently this drop over here at the natural still going on.
Both of them just knocking each other down here really hardcore. Even that third base could be forced to cancel.
I'm getting a little bit worried, though. I mean, this is a lot of kills over here. Oh, my God. 16 probes on one side, 15 SCVs on the other. So many kills.
Okay, goes over to support these Marines just a little bit more. Doesn't want to get these medevacs stuck. Both sides dealing tons of damage to each other, and that one Dark Templar forces a cancel on the third. Something you do not expect to see.
That's way more damage than you would expect.
Oh, man.
Now, these Widow Mines are about to reset. Can they get the shot off? Yes, they can. 20 kills by the time that's cleaned up. And Bunny's not slowing down. He's getting another drop. But at the same time, we have a Warp Prism headed southbound towards the Terran's main.
By the way, 1 DT left, and it will be killed off. The Dark Shrine died as well, so that's going to be the end of Dark Templar harassment. We see another DT Shrine this game, then we know something really weird is going on.
He needs to start warping in right away with his Warp Prism if he wants this to work.
Looks like he just pulls back, but with the Viking chasing him, he's going to lose the Prism.
Okay, takes that out.
They have to shade out.
Well, there's another drop coming in. I believe that Deer should be ready, but the question is he going to be in the right position to handle this? It's never about what's in the drop, it's about where the Protoss army is. He's going to come down here. The Pylon Cannon already triggered, unpowering those gates.
Another Dung Beetle Pylon really biting Deer in the butt.
Okay, but it seems like Bunny actually wants to try to do a more full frontal assault. So he's going to loop back around here. I believe that Deer is privy to this information. Yeah, he should know exactly what's happening.
Okay, so let's try to piece this game together.
Yeah.
Like, is Bunny really way ahead? He doesn't have a third command center. Sure, his army is bigger right now. He's still getting harassment damage done. The harassment of Deer is basically done. He's, like, threatening some Warpins, but that's about it. And, I mean, there's a lot of Liberators being
This has been a down and dirty game. I mean, we've seen so many kills on both sides. Now, he gets rid of the Observer. He might try to make a beeline towards the main. It seems like Protoss is itching to push out, and we could even end up in a base trade scenario. There's definitely less base, though, here for Bunny.
Yeah.
So, which means it's going to take longer for Bunny to try to wipe out everything the Protoss has.
That's true, but...
Of course, Terran's better in a base trade scenario in general.
And Deer's pretty far away. Like, he's in the middle of the map, and these drops are hitting. The Liberation Zones are hitting as well. This is a great moment for Bunny. This little Warpin isn't going to do anything against
Yeah, this is a drop that Protoss is pretty confident he can hold. Deer did not commit to the counterattack and is instead turning around.
Oh, God.
Meanwhile, another drop over here hitting the workers. And the counter harass there by Deer is not enough. The Warp Prism's taken out.
Okay, he's trying to clean this all up now. He's losing quite a few buildings. This is going to be cost inefficient to clean up the one in the main. 15 probes already going down. He did kill some more SCVs.
It's the Nexus. The Adepts have shaded forward. There are Widow Mines in position. Here we go.
Oh, God. The Liberator's dealing tons of damage. All the Widow Mines going off here as well.
Oh, and another drop. Bunny is everywhere. This looks like Gumiho 3 years ago.
Yeah. No, they multiply quickly, these Bunny drops.
That's right. Coming in here and taking the Forge out before the attack upgrade can finish. Nicely done. He might even try to hold his ground.
He has a lot of Marauders here. The Photon Overcharge definitely going to force him to lift
That'll
off.
drive him way out.
And, yeah, you know, it is...
There's just one Viking, by the way.
The landed Viking.
Should probably
He's trying to
get out of
bait something into these Widow Mines. I like it.
Oh,
sick. You see this? Are you kidding me? That was so
that
good.
Viking's death was not in vain.
No, it certainly
should probably
was not.
shuffle those Widow Mines around to see if he can't do more damage. Another drop comes in here. If he could take this pylon out, possibly. Looks like he won't be able to do it in time. So slowly, this is getting cleared out. Right now, Bunny with superior supply compared to that of Deer. And by the way, Bunny got his third base up and running.
Yeah, in fact, that's a new command center. So definitely a nice thing for him to have 3 orbitals out. He's making a Dark Shrine again. I can't even believe it.
So we've had a Dark Shrine that's been started 3 times in this game.
Yes.
Wow, all those gates unpowered. This is really what I think might end up having Bunny win the game. Losing that much production is just huge.
These drops
he can't
are
even
just
warp
crazy.
in to wipe out these other drops from Terran in his fast if he doesn't have all those gates powered.
Now we have Marauders being slowly killed off by a Mothership Core.
Now these Adepts are going to shade in, but doesn't really matter.
Yeah, his production's down to just about nothing here.
Yeah, and I think the next follow-up attack should just win the game here for Bunny. And look at this. He's getting driven out, but these drops are never getting cleaned up. In fact, I think we're going to miss it, but that Widow Mine should connect with that army, which is going to be even further damage.
Those Widow Mines getting new levels of value.
He's going to get this Nexus, man. Look at this.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry, the Dark Shrine finally finished.
Oh, great.
The third Dark Shrine of this game.
Oh, my gosh. Another pylon goes down. He should probably just get the Cybernetics Core to stop Stalkers from warping in. Oh, no. Not again.
More kills for these Widow Mines, possibly.
Okay, he's trying to be cautious and keep these Adepts out of range.
These are truly hero Widow Mines.
Yeah.
Oh, the last one will be taken out. And you see that? Bunny just scanned every base. He's like, why are you still in this game? Those were why are you still in this game scans. That's a specific type of scan you can read about in the Prima manual.
Is it Prima or is it Prima? Those official strategy guides. I always thought it was Prima.
Is it? Maybe.
I think I'm right.
I think it doesn't matter because they're so bad.
Yeah, that's true. You won't actually get better using those. So we have Terran moving out now.
Deer is trying
DT is the
so
only
hard.
thing that's keeping him in the game, and that just got wiped out.
And he just used so many why are you still in this game scans, so the DTs gained some value.
That's true.
Look at how many observers he just made. He has 3 obs out right now. Oh, I guess that was maybe an all-army grab or something. Brought all those in. 24 probes against 25 SCVs. Crazy game we're seeing.
Yeah, it's funny how scrappy it's been.
Well, you know, as we say in my community, Tasteless, dung never rolls uphill.
That's very true.
So, you know,
Wise words.
games like this happen, and these are some of the hardest games to play.
Okay, here we go. Another drop over at this expansion. GG. Bunny makes Deer tap out, which means we're going to go to the last game of the night.
Yeah, game 3 coming up between Bunny and Deer. Who will go on to that round of 16? Bunny really want to make his mark as a top Korean Terran still. mean, he's great on the ladder. He makes it into Code S, and really quite a bit recently. He's been playing better and better and better with his very kind of standard style. He has some of his own things like the tank pushes that have been working pretty well for him tonight. But can he take out Deer here in the last game?
It's a tall order. Bunny may fall in line exactly where he always has in a lot of these tournaments. Deer is hungry to move on, but he's been having a very tough ride in Group G of the GSL Code S.
Yeah.
We're going to be on Ascension to IR to find out who's going to ascend to the round of 16. A lot of pressure on these two. This is the last GSL Code S of 2017.
This is a big map to finish it out on. Okay, this is definitely going to look different from what we saw before. Could see Deer open up with Robo once again. Not entirely sure of where he's going to go with this. I wouldn't be surprised though if he falls back onto just a Stargate opener.
Yeah.
It's some of these, like even that game.
He's a bit more aggressive with his oracles than Classicas.
Oh, that's for sure, yeah.
Okay, the countdown has started. There's no turning back now. Deer versus Bunny, the final match to fill in one of the 3 slots remaining in the round of 16 in this GSL Code S. In this GSL Code S. Fight. There we go.
I'm running for the river. You can ride, you can fly, you can tell them that you tried, but there ain't no going back. They'll never catch me.
In the bottom right, in the blue.
Dear
Diary. Nobody understands me. Mom and Dad don't know what it's like to be 16.
They've never been 16.
In the upper left, in the red, he is
Bunny.
Protoss is the hardest race. Lots of people think we're cheesers and we have it easy. But really, it takes so much skill to stop these Widowmine drops.
It's true. Only you understand me, Diary.
Meanwhile, in Bunny's brain, hippity hop 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 hop.
I like carrots and hopping around
I like to drop widow mines.
on the ground. Okay. Once again, the probe comes out for an immediate scout to identify what Terran's doing and if anything has gone awry in the build. He'll see that so far so good. Bunny's playing an orthodox Terran style. Make it a barracks and SCVs.
Wow, Terran's so easy. You're just making barracks and SCVs.
I wish my zealots had guns.
They do. They're called adepts.
Yeah, that's true.
God.
Why would you ever want to be a zealot if you could be an adept? I mean, think about it.
It's so true. Like, zealots truly are a meat shield. It's...
As a caster, I'd love to have the shade ability. For some of these short commercial breaks, I could, like, when I see the GG coming, I enter my shade form, and I shade into the bathroom on floor 2 of the studio.
Yeah.
I'm like, we'll be right back, and my timing's perfect. I go whoosh, right in front of the urinal, and then I go start my shade back up.
Well, the thing is, the vision has been nerfed so heavily on adept shades, you'd probably end up in the woman's bathroom and be arrested.
That's true. Yeah, that could be a problem.
You've been casting from this studio for 5 years and you don't know where the bathroom is. That's really weak, man.
Okay, the SCV is making the command center on the low ground, as is the Nexus warping in on the low ground for Protoss. Both these builds giving a nod to the later part of the game. Nobody wants to try to end this right away, showing that they have confidence in their macro.
Probe just harassing a little bit here. He gets a really great scout there, seeing that the factory is being made. And in fact, even though he won't be able to go up and check, he's very cognizant of the fact that the factory is being made literally next to a barracks with a reactor being made.
Yeah,
so
that's usually enough of a tell.
Yeah. You have to actually like kind of blindly defend against Hellions if you see the factory that close to a reactor barracks.
So getting the Hellions, this is a bit of a deviation from what we've casted for most of today.
It's very good though, and he did not get to scout with that. That Shade did not see that, but like a couple Hellions, it's really come back into style quite a bit. This is something that TY busted out against Zest at the beginning of last year in Legacy of the Void, and you're skimping by so heavily, right? Like the Oracle oftentimes is sent off, not even near the natural. You might have 1 or 2 Adepts only, and even though the Hellions can get wrecked by Adepts, they get in there. Look at this. This Adept out of position. I feel like Deer is not necessarily thinking as clearly as
Here
he
we
should
go.
be.
The Hellions are coming in. These workers are very exposed. You can see right now Deer trying to fork them out in such a way so that the damage can't be optimized. Bunny missed targeting for a second. And you know what? This did not get anywhere near as much as I thought it was going to get.
Only 4 probes. He actually hit the Adepts with a volley.
Yeah,
so
that was the big mistake.
he definitely lost 1 or 2 kills right there. But, I mean, it was 4 kills, some lost mining time. The Oracle had to turn on and stay at home. So these are all things that are valuable to Bunny, at least. I think it's not a complete loss for sure.
Well, as this game goes on, let's try to remember what happened in that last game. It was pretty crazy. We had so many back and forth fights. I don't know if this game's going to be similar, but that last game that we had was one of the most back and forth series I think we've casted all year, to be honest.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Usually, they're both setting up and somebody slowly ekes out a further lead and then eventually crushes them in a big fight. Not this time around.
I love that he tries with this hallucination
This
to
is
get something done.
one of the first times we've seen that. Using that Oracle to try to tank some shots.
I think he thought that there would just be mines.
Oh, and there were. And there were.
That's crazy. That's the second time that happened to Deer.
Yeah.
Oh
Losing
my
2
God.
Oracles to 1 Widow Mine.
Yeah, that's really, really painful. He was hoping that the hallucination would pull Widow Mine hits.
That's some value right there. Mm-hmm. That beats the dollar menu at McDonald's, man. That is
It definitely
wow.
does. But it's even worse for Deer than
It's
the
even
dollar
worse for
menu.
you than McDonald's food is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The loss of 2 Oracles. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Well, he has that third base.
Stim is done. Terran might try to move out now.
I mean, you kill those 2 Oracles, you have to be feeling really, really good. We don't know what upgrade he's going for. I kind of like this shift into less production tab.
Yeah,
We're
me
making
too.
it like kind of surprising. It's like, well, if I knew if it was Blink or Charge or Glaives, I know it's not Charge, but if I knew it was Glaives or
Charge.
Blink, that's very different stuff. If he's getting Charge here, I'm like, well,
Yeah. Like, you don't even have any zealots. Why'd you do that?
you have nothing that hits
That's
air.
weird.
This is so bizarre. But normally with
And then
this
Deer
build,
looks
you
at
go
us and
Blink.
goes, I never skip leg day, and loses the game. We're like, okay, was it worth it, man? I don't know.
He is going Blink, and that's the standard with this type of play. But he's kind of playing blind, right? He has to make these observers. He has no presence on the map right now. Doesn't
That's
know
right.
where anything's coming from because he doesn't have his
man,
oracles.
there's one pylon that's so isolated after he starts to drive the workers out.
jeez.
Oh my God, there's 2 pylons that are both so isolated.
Oh! That was so crazy.
That was so sick.
15
What?
probes to a single Widow Mine here. Playing completely blind. Another drop here into the natural. Oh my God.
Oh my God, he's getting value. He's beating the duty-free shop, Artosis.
This is just too much.
I can't believe he's already killed 26 workers. What is happening?
Yeah.
And it's gonna happen again.
Oh my God.
28. Can we get a 30?
Yeah.
Yes, we
totally.
absolutely can. That's completely reasonable.
29.
29. Come on, lucky 30.
No, I guess that's
Nope,
it.
that's it.
This is such a bad situation.
I cannot
oh my
believe
God.
how much that connected.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
30.
he continues. He continues onward with this harassment.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Don't get greedy.
Oh!
So good, buddy.
That's
I gotta
so
go to the pet
painful.
store and buy a bunny after this. Oh, and he gets the observer
Oh
too.
my
Oh my
God.
God. This man is savage.
Okay, at least he kills the medevacs. The mine is still there. There's a corpse on top of it, so hard to see. But yeah, the mine is still there. 32 kills now. Can we get 35 kills?
Can we get 150 worker kills in this game?
Maybe. If Deer can manage to stay alive, then
Yeah,
yeah.
while still losing this many workers. While Bunny still opts to not just go simply win the game because he's probably killed so many workers already.
Yeah. The amount of workers he's killed is madness. Still 50
You know,
probes.
you know how scary this probe is moving around on the map? This is the last game you want to be a probe in, Artosis.
Yeah, when the next push comes, like, I don't know how you could expect Deer to ever hold this. 37 probes have fallen so far. I mean, he's killed a decent amount of units with this. I feel like he needs to be on the map at this moment with his Blink Stalkers. He needs to poke and prod over and over and over.
Oh, you crazy, son. He's got to stay back home and defend.
No, because if a complete push comes, like if Bunny just brings all his units, how do you hold?
I don't know. But if you go out and poke and prod on the map and he drops and kills you, then...
Yeah, no, then you're dead,
Yeah,
for
then
sure.
you're dead.
You're definitely right about that part.
Well, Terran's gearing up for a big push up here at the north.
And he is out of position. That third base is gone.
Bunny is the king of the north!
Oh, my God.
Okay, unfortunately, those pylons not able to get enough shots and not paired up with the army. This Nexus, I think, is going to go down. Widow Mines are in position. Not bad for the force fields there.
Yeah, that was good. Actually, it does very well against some of this bio, so maybe he can save this third. I thought for sure it would be falling.
Is he actually going to get this Nexus? I think there might be enough. With the Immortal here, it's a lot better for the Protoss, but I think still, though, with the stimming...
Yeah, he takes
Wow,
us out.
actually, I got to say, Deer, that was a very commendable hold.
Yeah.
But don't forget, guys, the supply is 112 to 149, so Terran has a lot of muscle to back these pushes continuously. And by the way, I think the very modest harass here with just 2 Adepts here and there is the right way to do it. Because if he sends too many Adepts in here, then he's going to lose his expansions.
He can't really spare very many units. He's keeping a lot of units at
This
home.
is so many Marauders.
It is. And the Immortal, oh god, getting picked off with like 1 shot only.
Yeah.
He has DTs in here now.
No, but he gets the Nexus.
And
He can
scans.
kite this for days.
And he is kiting it for days here. Nice micro by Deer. He's trying to get as much as he can, picking off quite a bit. 14 SCVs died to the counter harassment, so that's pretty
gonna be
good.
it. I think we're going to see GG in a second. These Marauders are going to lay on their backs and shoot the mothership out of the sky.
He has a Dark Shrine. Maybe something can happen because of that. Like if he harasses with a DT and gets a bunch of SCVs and barely holds with DTs.
I don't know.
DTs do all the heavy lifting.
When there's just Stalkers left by that, like this, it's usually a very bad sign. Oh, look at these poor Stalkers. GG. Bunny overcomes Deer. Deer's out of the GSL.
Yeah, a lot of people have been talking so heavily about Deer and his huge skill level, but unfortunately tonight not quite able to show it. Even though he had like some miraculous holds in some of these games, he wasn't getting into the greatest of positions. He was overextending with oracles at times. It's like, I feel like some of his moves were just a tad greedy, right? He's like hallucinating. He's like, okay, we're going to go kill a bunch of SCVs. But in the meantime, this is his only detection, his only way to keep tabs on what's going on, you know?
Yeah. Well, I can tell you, something. Deer is definitely crushed right now.
Yeah.
And you know what's going to really haunt him? The 16 kills by that one Widow Mine, that was insane. Oh, man.
Yeah, that was way too many probes. And then, like, the drop of the natural, the continued harassment. He had a hard time cleaning all that up. But Bunny goes on the round of 16. What a strong showing by him tonight.
That's right.
I wasn't expecting him to make it through, but he played really good games.
Yeah.
He only lost 1-2 to Classic. He went 4-1 against Deer.
이번 지조의 두 번째
Alright, time for the
승리까지
interview with
진출자 버니 이재선 선수입니다. 축하드립니다.
네, 감사합니다.
Bunny, you've advanced to the round of 16. Congratulations.
네,
He
자,
says thank you.
축하드립니다. 먼저 소감부터 들어볼게요.
정말 너무
How do you
올라가고
feel, Bunny?
싶었는데
네.
연습도 정말 많이 하고
네.
I really wanted to advance. I really practiced hard for this.
꼭 올라가야겠다 생각하고 왔는데
I had this mindset, no matter what, I'm going to win.
그래도 감격이 2배가 되는 것 같아요.
네, 최종전
It was a really tough series for me too, by the way.
마지막 세트는 또 올해 지뢰
I'm so happy I moved on.
선정되신 걸 또 축하드립니다. 그 정도로
congratulations on that, Bunny.
터치자본 적 있으세요, 경기에서?
제가 아마 스타트에서
I think that Widow Mine play is going to be the Widow Mine play of the year, she says.
그래가지고 지뢰가 뭔가 항상 좋네요.
네. 그 전에 화염차랑 사신 견제는 사실 좀 미미한 킬수를 올려서
Yeah, my mine play paid off. I'm really glad it actually worked way better than I expected when those mines went off.
그 원사신 그 정도 견제는
네.
이게 상대 빌드 볼 수 있고 그래도 일꾼 좀만 잡아도 괜찮아서 그냥 계속 괜찮다고
The
생각해요.
2 Heli and 1 Reaper harass always seems to work for me when I try it online.
을 냈던 3세트
And it seemed to pay off pretty well here.
2세트는 좋은 견제가 바탕이 됐던 승리였잖아요.
네.
그 두 세트 중에서는 뭐가 더 마음에 드세요?
2세트 때 제가
네.
좀 많이
Set
불리하다
2, you really utilized a lot of that harass. It was a pretty
너무
wild game.
지기가 싫어가지고
네.
이번에 떨어지면
Which
정말
game had your
많이
best
힘들 것
harass, you think?
같아가지고 그래서
네.
딱 집중하려고 해서 이긴 게 그래도 더 좋았던 것 같아요.
네, 오늘 트리플까지 취소당했었는데 참 끈질기게 계속
I think the
매달리신
one that gave me
결과 또
a harder
제역전으로
victory is the more memorable one. I think he's
자,
referring to
이렇게
game
해서
2.
16강에 대한
Yeah,
강한
maybe.
집념 그대로 16강에 올라가게 됐습니다. 이번 조지명식은 기존의 그
Since you've had big hopes to advance to the round of 16,
좀더 달라진
we could see how ambitious and desperate you've been.
높아진 나의 위치 확인할 수 있지 않을까요?
근데 아무래도 자 하이 커리어가 그렇게 높지 않기
You
때문에
gave us this
그래도,
great showing.
아마 금방 뽑히는 거는 어쩔 수 없는 것 같고
What do you think the group nomination's gonna be like?
최선을 다해서 연습해서 올라가도록 하겠습니다.
네, 평소
Yes, but I still
연습밖에
think I'm
안
going to be
한다,
one of the
이런
players
기존의
everybody's going to be
증언도
picking on early on
있었어요.
because they view me as weaker.
연습량이 많아요.
연습도 많이 하고
I heard other players say that all you do is
잘
practice.
살고 있어요.
Is that true? Yeah.
잘 살고 있어요.
네.
I really do
손목
practice a
계속
lot.
아픈 듯한 제스처를 하셨는데
But I have fun when I do it.
하셨어요?
이거는 손목이 아픈 게 아니라
네.
버릇이거든요.
아.
이래야 꼭 이기더라고요.
Do you have any problems with your wrist? You were shaking your wrist a lot. No, it's just a tick I have before the games. It's not like
하나도 안
my
아파요.
wrist isn't injured like Tase's wrist.
자,
Who I feel
계속해서
very sorry
조지명식
for.
그리고
He really
앞으로의
said
GSL
that.
라운드에서 활약하는 모습
Not really.
기대하겠습니다.
네, 감사합니다.
Yeah.
아니,
아, 그래.
하나 더 있어요. 팬들에게 한마디 해주세요.
Oh, and I have one more question, buddy. Any words to your fans?
이렇게 그래도 막 완벽한 경기력은 아니었는데 더 열심히 준비해가지고
It wasn't my
다음
most
경기
perfect
때는 더 좋은
performance,
모습 보여드리도록
but
하겠습니다.
I'm going to train even harder for the round of 16. You guys are going to see some awesome games. Once again,
네, 이렇게
congrats,
기조의
Bunny.
두
And
번째
he says thank you once
진출자
more.
이재선
And please pray for
선수까지
tasteless
만나봤습니다.
wrist.
그래서
Hashtag
오늘
save
경기 최종
tasteless
경기
wrist.
확인해
Pray for
보겠습니다.
tasteless.
Wristwatch 2017.
So, I think we're not really shocked that Classic advanced, but Bunny defeating Deer. And by the way, Time had a really good showing. The Chinese fans should be very proud of him.
Yeah, he played well. It was nice for him to take a map there off of here and made it a nice close series. So good on him. I hope that we get to see him back again in the future in
Yeah,
GSL
me
tournaments.
too. Me too, for sure. I hope we have as many foreigners in this the next GSL as we have in this one, because
Yeah.
that's been a real delight.
It really has been. But, that is the end of Group G.
G, short for GG.
Like, I'm pretty sure it's just G, but
Who knows?
2 G's right there. And it was a good night. It was a good night of games, for sure.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun casting this. We'll be back on Saturday. Well, I won't be. I actually have Saturday off, but Rapid and Artosis are going to be casting these games for you. The last non-Korean in the GSL special is fighting in a pretty damn tough group.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
That's an absolutely terrifying group.
That's why I was curious. But Special is a fantastically strong player. He might be able to get out. Who knows? You know, he's the last foreigner that has a chance to get to that round of 16. I tell you, if he's at the group nomination, that will be one to watch.
I cannot wait. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. We don't normally cast on this day.
Yeah.
Feels a little bit weird. And we have a lot of other great stuff coming up that you have to look forward to. Definitely get your calendar out and mark the dates we're going to be showing you in a second here. You do not want to miss out on GSL versus the world.
Yes. GSL versus the world going to be just so much fun. These types of all-star matches really, there's not much better, right?
Not really.
It's like kind of like a preview of BlizzCon in a lot of ways as well. And there, of course, it is the winners of the vote, the 8th spot, the invites, the champions from both sides.
It's going to be such a special event. I'm rooting for the world, guys. We'll see if they can actually do it.
And don't forget, of course, round of 32, Group H is on Saturday at 1 p.m. And guys, you know what? This has been a great night, and I'm glad that you got to watch and see Time play and all that. But guess what else is going on? Home Story Cup.
That's right.
My God. Go turn your Twitch channel that right now. Twitch.tv/TakeTV. You're going to see pro gamers commentating. You're going to see commentators pro gaming.
Yeah,
You're going to see all sorts of great stuff.
that's right.
A bunch of nerds on the couch muttering about, you know, who's winning, who's losing, having a good time on the camera. I'm sure that there'll be camera shots of In Control playing poker in there too, so that's always fun.
That's right.
But definitely one of the most fun events as well, the Home Story Cup.
That's
Check
right.
that out at Take TV.
Definitely a good time to be a StarCraft 2 fan. And also, the launch in Korea of StarCraft Remastered is coming up. And I will be
That's
hosting
right.
that in Busan. If you're going to be in the Busan
So
area,
much fun.
come down there.
Indeed, and I am Shanghai next week.
That's right. You're going to be
So
at
I'll
that. We're going to be saving esports all over the world, Artosis.
Sometimes
There's too much
pufferfish and
esports.
dung
Can
beetle-
Tastosis save it all?
Sometimes they have to split themselves up. But yes, it's so much good StarCraft going on. It's like overload.
It is. Look at that prize pool. Jesus, we're giving away lots of money.
Oh my God.
Money.
That's not like
money.
Over 100,000 USD.
Yeah.
Or USD, as I say.
Yeah. Used versus the career.
All right.
Oh, well, I think that does it for everything that we have to say.
Yeah,
Artie
it does.
McTosis. Artie McTonsilitis.
It's been fun.
It has been fun. Thank you so much for joining us on what was an awesome night of Protoss versus Terrans. We love you guys. Have a good morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you are.